Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lesson I will show you how to make scrolling number in Adobe XD. First we are going to create our design. I will make a long rectangle like this. It will be like a line. And you are going to round the corners and make it a bit thinner like this. And then what you are going to do is to enable the shadow for this one and disable the borders. And the color will be white. Now we will duplicate this, copy and paste, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and just like this we will make it smaller, and we will change the color for it to something greenish. Okay, now we will make the circle, a circle for the slider. Okay, and for the stroke or for the border we are going to make it inside, actually not outside, make it inside like this, and you're going to increase the size of it. Okay, we'll keep it like this, and the color we will make it purple. Okay, now we will make the place for the numbers, make it round like this, and then we are going to create a pic for it. I don't know what you call it in English, but something like this. It will be like a speech bubble where we will put our number in it. We'll change the color to this purple for this one as well, and then select both of them and disable the border for them. Okay, now we are going to move it a bit over here and we will add the numbers. I'll go to the text tool and I will write the numbers over here. I'll write 1, enter, 2, enter, 3 until number 9. But I'm going to change the color to something darker so you can see it in the white. So just like this, I'll write all of the numbers until 9. Actually, after 9 it will be 0. Okay. Now I'll move it over here and you're going to duplicate it. But before we duplicate it, I'm going to change the size. Let's make it bigger. Okay, something like this is good. Now let's duplicate it. And for this one, I'm going to write more numbers. So after 0, it will be 1 again. And I'll write it until 9. Okay, we have this. Actually, I added a 0 as well at the end, so we have something like this now. I will select both of them, change the color to white, and then group them together. Now I will select this part, copy and paste it over the text. Now select it with the text, press on the shift and select both of them, right click and make a mask. Now the numbers are appearing inside this mask only. One last thing I'm going to do is to group all of these together. I'll select with the number and group them together. Now they're all one group. Okay, we are going to add a background as well. I'm going to use a rectangle to make a dark background. Make it dark. And use command square brackets to send it back. Okay. Now I'm going to duplicate this artboard, press on the Alt or Shift and move it to the side. Now we are going to move this circle over here with the green line, and we are going to move this over here as well, and we are going to double click on this group until we are able to select the numbers, and then we are going to select one of them and move it up like this. Then the other one we are going to change it as well. Let's make it something like this. And now we are going to go to the prototype mode, and I will select this circle, connect it to the second artboard, and we are going to use the drag trigger, and everything else will be the same. Now if you play it, just like this, we have the scrolling number. Now we can do the same thing for the other artboard. I'm going to go to the other artboard, select on this circle, connect it to the first artboard, and use the same settings. Now we can easily move this up and down, and the number will change just like this. It's a really nice effect. I'm sure you will be using it a lot. Now let's move to another sample. We are going to use the colors instead of the number this time. So I'll go to the design mode, and I'm going to remove this artboard. And then for this artboard, I'm going to remove the green area. Click on it and remove it. Now select the white one, change the color to gradient, and now move this handle of the gradient to the left, this point, and the other point will be on the right. And then over here we are going to add more points and change the color according to these colors. So this one will be red, or actually I will make this one red, and then I will make another point over here, change it to this color, another point over here, let's move this as well, change it to this color. You can add point like this as well. So just like this, we created a color slider. Okay, I will keep it like this. Now what I'm going to do is to duplicate this one. You can duplicate it by pressing on the Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, or you can press on the Alt or Option and move it up, just like what I'm doing now. And then we are going to change this one. I will ungroup this and remove the numbers. We don't want the numbers. And we don't want the mask as well. We only want this background. Or actually, I'm going to remove this background as well. I will add a circle. So go to the circle or ellipse tool and make a circle like this. Move it over here. I will move this down. I'm going to change the color later. For this one, we will disable the fill, and we will make this one smaller. You'll make it fit inside this slider, just like this. And then the color, let's make it white, and this one also you'll make it white. Let's disable the borders. I'll make it a bit smaller, something like this. This one also you'll make it smaller. Move it over here. Okay, something like this will be good. Let's move it over here. And now we are going to change the width of this one to fit inside the circle. Okay. Yeah, like this is good. Now we will duplicate the circle, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. And now the color slider, I will move it up with the command and square bracket. Make sure it is behind the copy that you just create. Select both of them, just like this, and right click. Then make a mask. Now I will use the other copy of the circle for the borders, but obviously I lost it. That's why I just double click on it. I will select the circle, Ctrl+C, and then go out of the group, then Ctrl+V. Now we have another circle. I will just move it over the other one and disable the fill, enable the borders, make this border inside, and also increase the size. Obviously I didn't select the circle. Let's select it, and then we are going to increase the size. Now it is changing. Okay, now we have our design ready. The last thing I'm going to do about the design, I will group these things together. So let's just close up. I will select this one and this circle, right click and group them together. Oh, obviously I didn't select them. I'm going to select the background. I will lock it so we don't select it. Right click and lock. Now I will select everything here, right click and group. Now everything is connected. I'm going to duplicate this one, and then I will move the slider. Let's move this circle, just like this. I'm using the arrow keys this time to move it. And then this one, we are going to move it as well. Okay, and double click on it until you're able to select this color and move it just like this. Okay, now we will go to the prototype. Okay, now click on this circle. Double click until you are able to select it, then connect it to this artboard, and you are going to use these settings, drag and auto animation. We will do the same thing for the second artboard, and we will use the same animation. Now if we move this around, we have this nice color scroll. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed and learned something new. Now it's time for you to go ahead and play with this scroll numbers and scroll colors. I will see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.